to share something with you that might put me in a very negative light. Yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
Razabani for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. With me on Zoom, it's been a while. OD, Ohara, Davis. Ohara, like I said, it's been a while. How are things?
Yeah, it's literally been ages, but things are all good. Been in the background a bit, working hard, silently. But OD's back once again.
Absolutely. OD is certainly back 25th of February. There are a few topics I want to just obviously touch base with you on, but most importantly, you're back in the ring. Been quite inactive over the last couple of years. I know a lot has happened in the background, but glad to finally have a date at the front end of the year.
A lot of politics goes on in boxing, and you know what? The business side of boxing, a lot of the times it's hard. And since this whole COVID-19 thing went down, a lot of fighters have been going through it. Fighters are not getting paid what they used to get paid. They're not getting paid what they should get paid. And they're not fighting as often as they should be fighting or as they were fighting a few years ago. But this is the new boxing world we're in now. And, I'm just happy. I'm thankful. I'm glad that I've got my opportunity to fight in a final eliminator for the WBA world title.
Ritson, I know you've had a lot to say about him in the past. He was a bit on a roll in Newcastle. Everyone thought that he was going to get to that fate of being a world champion at that particular time. What have you made of Ritson since?
I think Ritson's a very good fighter. He's got very long arms. He's got a very good jab. And he's a lot better than I thought he was originally, because I never watched him. I've only watched a few bits of him, and he didn't really look that good. But after watching his fights, I've been studying him. He's someone that I've got to be on my A game against, and if I'm not on my A game, then I'll come up stuck. So he's someone I've got to make sure I'm in good shape for. But he ain't nothing that I can't handle. I fought harder fights than him and won. So ain't nothing that I can't handle.
I know the motive always is to financially make as much money as possible, but you've got an opportunity here to become to get closer to becoming a world champion. You beat him, and that's it. The opportunity will arise. So is that even further desire to make sure that you win this fight?
Everyone knows that the money for me has always been a massive motivator for me. I was born poor. I ain't have nothing growing up. I'm from the hood, so when I got into boxing now, I could make a few £1,000 legally to hit somebody. I'm like, fucking hell. Oh, can I swear?
Of course you can.
Oh, I make a few £1,000 to hit someone. I'm like, fucking hell. It's crazy. And, now I'm in a position where I can secure my future. I can set myself up for life. I can get myself in a position where I can retire at 30 years of age. I'll never have to work another day in my life. It's fucking great. It's a great feeling. It's a great opportunity. But also another dream, another goal I've had is to become a world champion, which is a goal I've had from young, from when I first got into boxing. And since I turned pro, I had a few fights. My desire to become a world champion kind of went, when you start to hate the game, when you don't love the game no more, when you realize what the game's really about, that motivation went. But now it's back. And I felt like I've fallen back in love with the game. I'm in camp. I'm loving camp. I feel motivated to go in the gym every day. And I work harder than everyone in the gym. Well, not harder, but everyone works hard in the gym. But it's my aim and my desire to push myself as much as I can. And in my mind, I'm working harder than everyone in the gym and everyone in the world. There ain't no one that works as hard as me in my own mind. And that's the kind of mindset I got for this camp.
Ohara, the poster went out with yourselves and Lewis on it. There was no sign of promoting the event or where it will be shown. I know you fought on many different networks, but could you give us an update on those particular information?
I do. All the information is to be released soon. We've got some announcements coming soon. So, that's all I can say. I don't want to say anything too early. because I realize when you say things a bit too early, a lot of times they don't happen. So, you know, everything's to be announced soon, network and, you know, everything like that. I know I see a few fans asking over Twitter and stuff like that. Like, just be patient. If it's happening in under 5 weeks, there'll be more information soon.
No, absolutely. We look forward to it. I'm sure it'll be a cracking fight. I know you're in a bit of a rush tonight, Ohara. So just quickly, I just want to go back to the weekend. Liam Smith pulled off a vicious knockout win over Chris Eubank Jr. I know you've known Chris a long time and you got association with Chris, and everyone said that this guy has got a granite chin. He's been in there some bigger punches in George Groves, but what was the reaction when you saw him go down?
Listen, man, I'm not making any excuses for him, but that family, um that Eubank family, they've been going through a hell of a lot the past 18 months. You know, I was good friends with Seb, who sadly died, passed away, and Chris had to deal with that. And his father has been going through something, as we can all see in the videos that have been seen online. Everyone knows that his dad's been going through some stuff, and you know he's got other stuff in the family that he's had to deal with that I've been hearing about. And I'm like, he's been going through so much behind closed doors, and now he's got a new coach. He's got Roy Jones. This was his second fight, I believe, under Roy Jones. And I'm like, Chris's life 18 months ago to now has just changed so much, not for the better, for the worse, in what happened with his dad and with Seb. And I think that could have affected him because he came into the ring on his own. Seb weren't there, and his dad weren't there. He came into the ring on his own. I'm not making any excuses for him, but I feel like a lot of the fans should understand that and stop making memes about him. I've been looking online and seeing meme after meme after meme. I'm like, this guy's not doing anything but just trying to be a successful lad, trying to set himself and his family up for life, trying to look after Seb's child. Seb's got a baby, and you know he's not going to have a father there. And Chris Eubank Jr. is actually stepping up, almost like taking up that role. I see him with the child all the time, having fun. They're going to the playground and they're doing this and doing that. And I'm like, he's not doing anything but just like trying to be a good lad, support his dad and his family. And yeah, he fought a fight. He got beat. Seeing him go out like that, it was very hard because you know everyone seen him lose. He fought Billy Joe Saunders in a the fight could have gone either way. He fought George Groves in a fight that he actually almost won because George Groves ended up, I think he hurt his left arm in the last round. So Chris actually, he could have won that fight. Every fight that he's lost has been very tight. It's been very tight. And to see him go down like that and to go out like that, it was very hard to see. And you know, I think the weight probably affected him as well. All these stuff that he's got all these stuff that he's got at home that he's got to go and like deal with, and then the weight cut, and he looked really drained in the ring. He looked really, really, really drained, and it just wasn't the Chris that I know. And you know, to see him go out like that, it was very sad. I just hope that he can get the rematch, and he can fight like we all know he can fight. I know Chris is 10 times better than the guy I saw in the ring that day. Chris is 10 times better than that. He just needs some time away from the gym, away from the ring, boxing, away from all that shit. Just chill, enjoy life, look after your dad, look after Seb's kid, enjoy life a bit, and then get back in the ring and be the Chris that I know.
A horror. We saw Billy talking about memes. We saw Billy Joe Saunders put some stuff out, and we know they've had rivalry going on for the last 7, 8, 9 years now, maybe even longer. But we also saw Conor Benn put some stuff out as well. And I interviewed and I spoke to Spencer Farron about two days ago, and Spencer said, "Listen, Conor Benn, stop gloating because you're going through your own stuff. You know, you shouldn't be putting things out while you're going through stuff and being accused of cheating."
I saw what Spencer Farron said, and I disagree with that because if you look at it, Eubank's been taking shots at Ben ever since that failed test thing came out. Eubank's been online taking shots at Ben left, right, and center. The day before Christmas, I think, or just after it, he was online taking shots at Ben, at Conor. And Conor didn't say anything back. So as soon as Conor gets his, now he's got that one opportunity to laugh at it, he's making the most of it. I'll do the same shit. The guy's been saying this and saying that about me, and and now he got beat. Mate, I'm gonna laugh at him as much as I can.
Well,
And you know,
on that though, don't you feel like, from Chris's perspective, where he was brought down to a weight, we saw how bad he looked at 157 pounds, and then the fight gets cancelled. So he makes all that effort to drop down 157 pounds, then the fight gets cancelled because your opponent has failed 2 drug tests. Now, of course, there's facts and things are going to come out, but as we stand, he's failed 2 drug tests. So, of course,
as far
as a
I'm
fighter, you're going
concerned,
to
you know
pop.
what? I'm friends with them both, so I'm not gonna take any sides. But I do get where Eubank comes from. But but you know what? In all fairness, Conor Benn's innocent. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or whatever, but Conor Benn's innocent. I believe 100% Conor Benn's he's innocent. Something's happened, and there's more information that it should be coming out soon. But I don't know if he took some shit in the past. I don't know if he took some shit in the past or if he didn't take some shit. But that test that they said that he failed, Conor Benn didn't fail it. I don't believe he failed it. I don't know if he took something another time, but that test that they said he failed, as far as I'm concerned, he didn't fail the test. But there's more information that will be coming out soon about that, and we can know more of the ins and outs of what happened. But I believe the guy's innocent.
Ohara, do you think that the fight will take place one day eventually with Eubank and Benn?
If Eubank won the fight over the weekend, I would have said yes, 100%. He would have got that fight out of the way. Benn would have went and got vindicated, proven himself innocent, and then bang, the fight's on again. But after that loss, I don't think it will now, because for one, he's got to think about what weight is he going to fight at now. The first Benn fight was meant to be at 157. He fought Eubank-Smith at 160, and he looked weak and drained at that weight class. I think Eubank has to go up in weight, and he can't fight Benn at 157. But Benn's not going to come up to 168 because that's just not his weight. It's going to be hard to make the fight happen. But then again, there is still so much money in the fight, whereas one of them might just say, you know what, I'm going to give away the weight advantage and fight. But the one that gives away the weight advantage is the one that will get beat. Eubank can't come down to 157. He can't. And Benn physically can't go up to 168. The guy's a small guy, smaller than me. I know he fights at the weight above me, but if you put me and him like there, I'm bigger than him. So it's just not his weight. So, but then again, when there's millions involved, money talks.
Absolutely. Well, time will tell. We'll see what happens over the next couple of weeks. Ohara, I can't let you go without asking one of your closest friends outside of boxing, one of your closest friends in boxing, dares to be great and second attempt at world title. Anthony Yarde takes on the ever dangerous Artur Beterbiev this Saturday night. What's going through your mind?
Everyone's saying that Anthony, obviously Anthony he's a big underdog in this fight. Can it be done? 100%. For one, Beterbiev is about 38 years old now. He ain't young. He's not getting any younger. He's getting older. And after his last fight, he had surgery in his legs. I don't know if you knew that. He had leg surgery after his last fight. So I don't know what it was for, how the recovery went. But what we do know is that he's a 38-year-old man that had some leg surgery after his last fight. We're not sure, is he 100% back to normal? And Anthony Yarde ain't no bum. He ain't a pushover. The Anthony Yarde I know can fight and he can hit. Beterbiev got put down by what's the name? By Callum Johnson. I'm like, if Callum Johnson put him down, even though he is a good fighter, he's not Anthony Yarde. If Anthony Yarde puts him down, he's gonna finish him. But this is gonna be the hardest fight Anthony's had so far, by far. We're gonna have to see the best Anthony that we've seen. And but Anthony can win this fight 100%. Everyone's acting like he doesn't stand a chance. He does stand a chance. He does. And I'm not only saying it because I'm his friend. I genuinely believe Anthony can win this fight. It's not guaranteed. It's going to be a hard fucking fight. He's going to have to take some shots. He's going to have to dig deep. But this is what the game is about. It's what boxing's about. And Anthony's been in the gym for years. I've known Anthony for years and years from amateur boxing. He done all those years, all those amateur fights, all the sparring, all the sacrifice, and the dedication, all for this moment. For this moment, this week Saturday, he ain't coming just to lay down and get a paycheck. Anthony got offered. I think he got offered £1 million to step aside before the Kovalev fight. He said no. He said no. And I remember I'm looking at him like, mate, you fucker. Someone offered me £1 million, I'm stepping aside. Hell fucking yeah. Give me the milk. But Annie's got a different mindset to what I've got. Annie's got a different mindset. Annie's like, nah. Like the money means everything, but he wants the belts and the glory and the honor. That's more than any paycheck. He said, I'm not gonna step aside. He said, I want the fight. I'm gonna earn less, is a risk, but I want the fight. If it was me, I would have said the complete opposite thing. And this is me being honest. Show me the goddamn money. You know, and he's not coming here to get beat. He ain't coming here to get beat. That's one thing I will say. And if that's what this guy thinks, what's his name? Batebiev, he thinks that he's just gonna come to lie down. He's gonna have to learn the hard way.
Well, we look forward to it. Tomorrow it all kicks off, the public workout, Thursday press up, Friday weigh-in, and then Saturday fight night. And we'll see if Anthony Yarde can become the unified light heavyweight champion of the world. Ohara, thank you for your time as always, my man. And yeah, let's wait for this announcement of the final few details of your fight, and then hopefully we'll come by to the gym and see you face to face.
Thank you.
Ohara Davis, IFL TV, thank you very much.
Very negative, like, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something. Completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.